Hello guys, welcome back to another video of mine. This video is about what if yandere, tsunade, of Naruto. Today's video, well, just so that you guys know, I just want to apologize and say that I am sorry that I did not post for like nearly a year or a few months, or maybe 2 years or whatever. But I just want to let you guys know that I am very sorry for that. So yeah, let's get to the video. Now we're gonna start this video off with basically starting the video off where we last left off with Tsunade leaving Naruto. Tsunade left Naruto, and when she did, this is basically what happens after that. Naruto met Raven, Raven from Teen Titans. If you don't know, look it up. But yeah, she explained to Naruto that she too was a demon since people kept calling Naruto a demon. But she explained this to Naruto and the people, but the people of the village didn't believe her. Neither did Naruto really, but he didn't really care. So Naruto, so basically everything happens as a canon, but Raven's kind of also there and stuff. But Raven isn't on any gunning team since she never wanted to be a ninja. She just stays at Naruto's house from time to time, and that's it. And we go to the Valley of the End, where Sasuke was trying to leave the village. You could hear someone yell out, Rasengan, Chidori, and you see Sasuke, Uchiha, as well as Uzumaki, Naruto. As you could see, Sasuke shoving a hole right through Naruto's chest, as Naruto, then goes to, as Naruto then hits Sasuke with the Rasengan that he was holding in his hand, and this knocks Sasuke out, as Naruto picks Sasuke up around his shoulders and quickly leaves. After after Naruto leaves and is now in the forest, heading back to the village, Sasuke is still asleep on his back. When they reach the village gates, Naruto sees a lot of people there. He even sees his sensei and Tsunade, as Sakura runs up to Naruto and hits him in the face, which surprises Kakashi as well as Tsunade and some of the other people there that like Naruto. Then she grabs Sasuke as medics come over and put him on a stretcher. And put Sasuke on a stretcher. Stretcher, I'm not saying that right, I think. And they leave. When they leave the council, Danzo, Himura, and I'm not remembering the other person's name, I'm sorry. I nearly was about to say Haku from, Salvaz's team, but I know it's not that. It's Koharu. Danzo, Himura, and Koharu, as well as the rest of the civilian council, as they're holding the scroll in Naruto's face, as it says he's banished from the Hidden Leaf Village, as well as Fire Country, and is not allowed to step in the Leaf Village. But he is allowed to be, but he is allowed to be within fire country though, as that's just it. And he's not allowed to be within 50, 50 meters, I guess. If we're gonna say 50 meters within, no, 20 meters within Konoha. If he is seen, he will be executed and killed. 15 or 50 meters, I guess. Yeah, that's it. 15 to 20 meters. 50 to 20 meters, my bad. As Naruto with a hole in his chest still, in his chest, gets up and starts to go away from Konoha. Tsunade, still being there, kind of shocked, wanted to go up to him and say something, but she couldn't, as Kakashi grabbed on to her shoulder and she looked him in the eyes as he shook his head without saying anything. We then go to Naruto as then Root Anbu appear in front of him, tell him that he is to go to Danzo and that they are to go with him. Naruto passes out in front of them, and they did ask him to come to Danzo, but instead he just passed out without an answer. So they grab his unconscious body and try and take him to Danzo. And this is when they then heal Naruto, as Danzo did try to manipulate the boy with Shushui's Sharingan, but with the help of the Kyuubi, Naruto was able to push the effects back. As you then go, as Danzo tries to think a plan on how to control Naruto. So by doing this, he tells some villagers on that he still has the 9 tails to Cherokee, and that if they manage to, well, break his mind, he will give them a prize for the money, but that's obviously a lie and kind of a truth. He'll give them money, but he'll make sure they won't remember any of it. Naruto then manages to get enraged and powers, basically with the power of the Kyuubi, makes a explosion and is now in his 2 tails form. As the civilians are scared and so are the ninjas there, but before they can do anything, Naruto runs off. As Danzo sends his Root Anbu after him, but with the Kyuubi and half of Naruto in control, he managed to send a Bijudama at the Root Anbu that they couldn't dodge. So basically, it destroys half of Danzo's Root Anbu. And after that, Jesus Christ, after that development, he then is now in Rice Country, where one of Orochimaru's ninja finds him and take Naruto to Orochimaru, as Orochimaru still being mad that Sasuke got away. Also tortures Naruto brutally, like more brutally than Danzo. So yeah, with his experiments and stuff. So yeah, after that, also Danzo tortured Naruto for like 1.5 years, as well as Orochimaru. So Naruto's mind is still intact as he escapes from Danzo, as well as what the heck? Hold on, y'all. Okay, guys, I'm back. So after Naruto's torture, he manages to escape and runs off to the west. We now have a time skip to where you see. So we now have a very long time skip. This time skip is okay. This time skip is about like we'll say eight 8 years. Yeah, 8 years. This time skip is 8 whole years. Naruto. We go to what has been happening to Konoha since Naruto's banishment. Raven, who was there, decided to go back to her father and basically become the princess of Hel, and yeah, with her father, who is the Demon King. Basically, she became the Demon Princess. So yes, I guess. Anyway, we then go to Hinata, who became cold to others, and whoever mentions Naruto, basically they about to die, but she will hurt them, and and she also got training from Tsunade and became her apprentice, and she even managed to train Amy, who is the daughter of Tanoichi, the ramen guy, and Tanoichi trained Amy as well in some ninjutsu and taijutsu, because he basically didn't want his daughter to basically be hurt by anyone, as she's kind of the level of Amy is that she's a low level Jonin, a pretty low level Jonin, because of Hinata's and Tanuki's training. As we go to Tsunade, who's basically been torturing all the people that wanted to hurt Naruto. So basically, she's been summoning the civilian and some of the Shinobi Council members who don't like Naruto, and tortures them, basically beating them for hours on end. They'll get lucky if it's basically uh if it's a minute. Yeah, if she's torturing them, she gets lucky if they get lucky if she's only beating them and torturing them for only a minute and a half, and that's if they're really lucky. But yeah, it's almost never that lucky, because no matter how many times they beg and plead, she just continues to torture them without a care in the world. Hold on. Without a care in the world, so Tsunade has just been doing that. And when the Fire Daimyo caught wind of Naruto's banishment, he reduced he reduced Konoha's funding by 40%, as Tsunade wanted it to be 50, but the daimyo said he's not that type of ruler, so Tsunade just made sure half of the 40% of the fundings went to the Uzumaki clan, as well as the Namikaze clan. Basically, half of the civilians and shinobi's money all went to Naruto's account. As as we as we now go to Konoha Gates. Hold on, you guys, I need to do something real quick. Okay, so we go to Konoha's gates as you see a man with wearing all black, long black baggy pants and a long black black shirt, as he has two blades in a X like symbol on his back, as he's wearing a hood and a mask that's covering half of his face but not his eyes, as the man is also wearing a hood that covers half of his hair, so you can't really see him, as as he is in Konoha, as he sees how kind of a dump it is, but he doesn't really care. So he goes all the way to the Hokage's office and basically request to see Tsunade Senju, as the secretary, who is Suzune, who is kind of a emotionless person, which would have made Danzo happy if she didn't, if every time she saw him or the other council or have the shinobi or civilian council, she would glare at them or help in Tsunade's torture with Senbon needles, as Shizune been watching the man the whole time while he walked all the way up the stairs to Tsunade's office. We now go to Tsunade, who is doing some paperwork, as basically, hold on y'all, I need to do something. As basically, Tsunade is in her office doing some paperwork for now, but that's when she gets a knock at the door. So she gets a knock at the door. Sorry if my voice is kinda low, not really feeling myself a little bit, so yeah, my bad. So Tsunade gets a knock at the door, and when she says to open it, she sees the man that I was just mentioning. The man also has very black eyes that could be mistaken for an Uchiha, but she doesn't mind it for now. And instead, Tsunade, and he also has a scar on his right eye, but the man could obviously still see. So Tsunade looks at the man and says, "What do you want?" This is when the council, like the shinobi and civilian council, are then walk in the room, as when Tsunade asks them what are they doing here, they basically say the civilians, well, the council says we're your advisors, so we're supposed to be here. As the man pulls out a letter, as he says, "This is from my leader." to you, Hokage. As Danzo takes it, but when he does, it disappears right in his hand as he looks to see that the letter is in the man's hands again. As he gives the letter to Tsunade, and Tsunade opens, grabs the letter and opens it as it reads, "Hello, Hokage, Hokage of the Leaf Village. I am the Emperor of the West, and I would like to have a trade with you, a trade alliance with you, if you do not mind. As my subordinate will come back to me with your letter if you would decline or not." Tsunade immediately wanted to decline as one of the council members asked her, "What is it?" As she says, "It's an alliance from this man's leader. Tell me, who is your leader?" "My leader is the Emperor of the West, the Royal Emperor, and he would like to have a meeting with you." And they would like to have a meeting with you if we could have an alliance with one of the strongest major villages. As Tsunade then looks the man right in the eyes, then puts her chin on her hand, and says, "There's no need to call this the strongest village. This village isn't the strongest. That's Kumo. You should have went to them and asked them for this, not us. This village will only backstab you, and that's it." As the man doesn't say anything, as one of the council members yell out, "Tsunade, we are Konoha, one of the strongest villages. We will not stop telling lies and tell them the truth. Say that I will backstab you and all your people in gain of power." As the man no longer says anything. As then the man in all black says, "I humbly request that you please give us a letter of acceptance or denial of this." As basically everyone except from the man in all black are telling her to accept, with the civilian council members trying, basically thinking in their heads that they will make Sasuke the new emperor, and when they do, they'll be wealthy and fully empowered. And basically that's it. Tsunade looks the man right in the eyes and says, listen, I'll think about it, okay? But for now, here's my letter of acceptance, seeing as how we're going to need it for a war that I can tell Kumo, Oto, and Iwa want war with Konoha, and we're going to need all the help we can sadly get that we know we're not getting from Suna because of some people. As she shoots a glare at the council, but then and they turn their heads as the man then says, "Okay then, I will tell this to my leader. Goodbye." As the man then disappears, as before the man could disappear, Tsunade says, wait, as he says, yes, I would like to know more about this emperor of yours. Tell me, what is he like? Our emperor is the man that has defeated many daimyos and warlords from the west. He is also he is also the same man that has went to hell itself and basically defeated the Demon King's whole army and and took and took his and took the Demon King's daughter for himself. As this surprise surprised the council as they say, wait, he defeated the Demon King? Yes, but not just the Demon King, but a Demon Lord as well, as the Demon Lord was once a part of a powerful army, and she would defeat any and all who were in her way until the Emperor came and stopped her. And he has even defeated many other powerful people. He even recruited some demons, and since he defeated the Demon King, some demons live in the Empire peacefully and now no longer worry about having to have war with the human race. Tsunade then looks the man right in the eyes as she says, "You say it like you're not human." He looks her in the eyes and says, "I am not. I am a different type of human. Well, I'm not human at all, but I'm different. Something that you won't understand unless you decide to accept our offer, since you said you think about accepting it or declining it, but you did say you accept with half of what you said. You did say you accept if you get to meet the Emperor himself, and I will relay this back, and I will relay this back to my Emperor. Until then, Hokage." As the man bowed and disappeared, as Danzo was thinking what he normally thinks. That man is perfect for my route. He's swift and has very much skills, and he sounds emotionless, just like my root Ambu. He's perfect. When I get my hands on that empire, I'll make sure not just Konoha, but all the elemental nations are on top. I'll make sure that instead of not Konoha being on the top, my empire is on the top. I will rule the world, the whole world. As Danzo in his mind has a smirk on his face. But sadly, this is where I'm going to end off the video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. But you can all do that if you want. But just saying, you can like, you can subscribe, you can ring the bell if you want more of my videos. But until then, see you guys later. Goodbye.